Hello.
Then. Now.
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, back to episode number 83, I believe, of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for Raw for Monday, the 16th of December, 2024. We're 2 days removed from Saturday night's main event, which on the Raw end saw Cody Rhodes eke out the victory over Bronson Steiner. It saw CM Punk retain the WWE Championship in the main event against Damian Priest, and it saw Jade Cargill retain in a rematch against Nova Nebula. And we're now beginning the road to Cyber Sunday, which technically only has 2 weeks of build because, we're taking next week off for Christmas. So it's this week and then the 30th, and then, the week after that is the Netflix debut, which is the day after Cyber Sunday. Tonight we do have the next matches in the Women's Intercontinental Climax of the penultimate matches of the South Conference, being Bianca Belair against Tiffany Stratton, Tegan Nox against Tatum Paxley, and Tam against Piper Niven. And we also have an Intercontinental Championship main event, Jay White defends against Trick Williams. We have a Women's Tag Team Championship match as the New Millennium defend against Sol Ruca and Zoe Stark. We have a World Tag Team Championship match where the Patriarchy defend against Axiom and a tag team partner if he can find one. It could be from anywhere. It could go get a partner from Raw, SmackDown, ECW, NXT, Prison. Who knows where you can get your tag team partners from these days. LA Knight takes on Montez Ford, and we've just learned now that Finn Balor will be in action tonight. So without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. CM Punk and The Antidote, they make their way out to open the show. Punk's in the ring, Roxy and Cora behind him with the belts, Chris Bay and Ace Austin behind him as well. Not yet to hold championships. Punk takes a seat down, he takes the thingy off the microphone. So, ladies and gentlemen, who enjoyed the return of Saturday night's main event? Yeah, I know I did, It's great that we're finally being able to dig deep into the barrels of WWE history to pull out, a fan favorite pay-per-view event. Yes, pay-per-view, not premium live event. And in the main event, CM Punk gets his boyhood wish, his childhood dream of walking down that ramp at Saturday night's main event with the winged eagle around my waist. Now, obviously, that was for one night only, because God knows this company can't do anything cool that its fans actually like, so I'm stuck with this oversized belt buckle for the time being. But in the main event, I once again came out on top. I put down Damian Priest. Now, Priest, he's a hell of a competitor around here. He's made his mark in WWE so far since he's been around. He's got a bright future as well. But he's listening to the wrong guys. Raven, an old washed-up has-been, as I've said many, many times. He was washed up 20 years ago when I first got to feud with him back in Ring of Honor. And now we're starting anew, you see. We're 2 weeks away from the start of a new year, and I, CM Punk, reign still as the WWE Champion. And those people in the back, they hate that. So I can't help but feel like they're offering incentives to all these people at the back who want to come out and make a name for themselves at my expense, try and take this championship off me. Why else would a guy like Dijak stick his nose in my business after he's not even been around here for a month? Last time we saw him, he came up short for the Intercontinental Championship. Now he thinks he's got what it takes to take the WWE Championship from me. You got a guy like Montez Ford, a guy who I spoke to kindly and said there could be a spot for you in my WWE, and he's taken the lessons I've given him to heart. But yet here he still is, trying to make a name for himself at the expense of CM Punk, because that's all everybody in this company can do, because I'm the one who steers the ship. And then there's LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight. You see, LA Knight, he walks around here thinking his shit don't stink either. He walks around here being obnoxious and rude and arrogant to every single person he ever walks into. But it's okay, right? Because you guys love LA Knight. You know, you get to chant yeah alongside him and say his name with him. That makes him cool and a good guy. And I see LA Knight, Montez Ford, Dijak. It doesn't really matter. Because none of these people are the saviors this company needs. Because this company's already been saved. I'm the one who did the saving. This disease that spreads from the top down to the bottom is in the process of being cured by none other than me, CM Punk. Dijak's the first man out. He says, Punk, you've been a rather interesting individual since you came back here. Punk, you've shaken the system up. There's no mistaking about that. And as I sit back and I weigh up, you know, the landscape here on Monday Night Raw and what's going on right in front of my eyes, you're a tough cookie to crack, Phil. Because on one hand, a lot of these people agree with you. On the other hand, a lot of these people think you're an asshole. I've never seen the lines of justice blurred so much as they've been blurred with you, Punk. But it doesn't matter to me because I can't tell if CM Punk as WWE Champion is the right thing for this company, but I know what damn well is, and that's me as WWE Champion. So win, lose or draw, Punk, whatever side of good you fall on, it doesn't matter because there's only one man who needs to have that WWE Championship, and it's me. Out comes Montez Ford. He goes, whoa, Dijak, chill. You know, you're right. CM Punk, he's done a lot of good and a lot of bad here, you know. He's a tough cookie to crack. Everything you said was right, but I want to talk to you for a sec because you're a weird one too, Dijak. Who made you the authority on what's good and bad here on Monday Night Raw? Because I've seen both sides. Okay, I've been to the top, I've been to the bottom. Life is sweet up top, life is hell down bottom. That's how the way the world's gonna work, Dijak. I get that. So you want to take a step up and be on the top so you can feel on top of the world and feel vindicated with everything that you've done. But that's a place I need to get back. I should have been back. I was robbed of my opportunity to become WWE Champion back in Auckland Assault, and now I need another shot, and I'm not gonna miss this time. LA Knight then comes out. He goes, let me talk to you. You see, Dijak, you make a lot of great points. You're a tough competitor out there. You know, one day you will be a champion here in WWE again. But is that time right now? Is that time coming at the expense of CM Punk? Nah. Because let me tell you this. There's one man around here who all these people know is the right man to steer this ship to the promised land in WWE. And it ain't Dijak. It sure as hell ain't Montez Ford. And hell, it ain't even CM Punk. Because you know who it is. It's a man who's been to the top before, and when I was at the top, I got screwed by corporate stooges, and now I want to get my title opportunity back. So, Punk, you want to look at who's the next to step up to you, who they think is going to be the savior of this company, and then I think it's a no, because there's only one megastar with the Kavorka enough to go toe-to-toe to you on this microphone and in that ring, and take that WWE Championship, and his name is LA Knight. Yeah. And I just was like, what are you doing out here, okay? We were having a conversation around this WWE Championship. And I goes, shut your mouth, Tez. Everyone knows you can't have a conversation about this championship without LA. Now, as a matter of fact, and we're supposed to go one-on-one right here tonight. I say, why wait? Get a referee out here now, and we'll start this right here, right now. Yeah. So yeah, opening match, LA Knight against Montez Ford. Descends into chaos. Did I not put an interference here? I was supposed to have Dijak at ringside, CM Punk at ringside, and Bronson Steiner coming in and spearing both men. But yeah, that's what happens. Bronson Steiner comes in, he lays out LA Knight, he lays out Montez Ford. Even Dijak at ringside also eats a spear, and then he storms to the back. You know, he's still pissed off that He got beat by Cody at Saturday Night's main event. So he's taking it out on these 3 men here tonight. And yeah, there's no result here for this opening match. We then cut back. We see Damian Priest and Buddy Murphy backstage. And Priest goes, "Congratulations, Punk. I knew that stepping into the ring with you on a premium live event, it was a tough challenge for me to overcome. But for one night only, I felt that energy. I felt that opportunity of being a main event player here in WWE. And you can say whatever the hell you want with Ace and Chris by your side about us in the grand jury and our leadership. But that doesn't happen without Raven, without Buddy by my side. And now Ace and Chris, they've run to your little side because that's the easy place to stay. We don't do things the easy way. We never have. So, Punk, you can keep your WWE Championship. But karma will catch up to you one day. I don't know when or where or who it will be, but karma will catch up to you one day. As for us, we've got our own dose of punishment to deal out. Not to you, but to your new little lapdogs, Chris Bay and Ace Austin, for stabbing us in the back. Your time is coming, boys. It's time for us to purge you." Then see Bronson Steiner backstage. Punk catches up to him. He goes, "Way, big man. Big man, that was a great thing you did out there, okay? Great stuff. You know, those guys, they didn't even see it coming. So, I need you to do to them what you did to Cody Rhodes on Saturday night, and that's put their ass out. See, Cody's not here tonight because you took care of that, Bronson." Bronson sort of just glares down angrily. He goes, "I may have taken care of Cody Rhodes, but he beat me. He took advantage of me and he beat me. He cheated to beat me." Punk goes, I know, I saw it. So here's the thing. Why don't you wait for Cody Rhodes to get back here and finish things between you two once and for all, preferably in a way that keeps him away from us and the WWE Championship. Brother Sarso just looks across and he just walks away. And Punk goes, I assume that was a yes? A1 rated opening match. No, not opening match. We had the LA Knight Montez Ford match. First match of the Intercontinental Climax of tonight. It is probably the biggest match on the South Conference. Bianca against Tiffany. And it goes to a time limit draw. So another match without a finish. But technically this one is a finish because, yeah, a time limit draw counts as a valid finish in the Climax. So, yeah, 90 for Bianca, 77 for Tiffany Stratton. I think that snaps Bianca's perfect record. Like, she still hasn't lost, but she's now on 10 out of 12 rather than 9 out of 9. And Tiffany is on 7, I think. Yes, because she lost to Piper. So, yeah. All still to play for on this side of the bracket, really. But Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair drawing in this match here tonight. Then cut backstage. We see LA Knight, Montez Ford and Dijak, pacing around angrily, like around each other. Man, screw that Bronson Steiner, okay? He's been dominating people around here on Raw for a while now. I don't understand why he had to get involved in this CM Punk business. But now he's just, cost me the opportunity for a big victory here tonight and to cement myself in WWE Championship contention. And I goes, whoa, slow your roll, kid. Okay, well, me and you, we may have beaten the hell out of each other out there tonight, and we got a winner because of that big doof, Bronson Steiner. There ain't no way you're about to put my ass down on the ground. You are about to get no victory, boy. LA Knight was going to pick up that win, and he was going to remind the world that I am the next WWE champion. And then Dijak Sabi goes, enough arguing. The point is, you were both screwed tonight, as was I. An enemy of an enemy is my friend. So for the meantime, it seems that we're going to have to be allies against the greater good here. And then Bobby Roode goes, funny you say that, Dijak, actually, yeah. He said, let's go off the phone, with WWE board. We got this big Cyber Sunday pay-per-view event coming up next year. It's January 5th. And CM Punk will defend the WWE Championship on that pay-per-view event. But obviously with it being Cyber Sunday, the choice isn't up to me. It's not even up to Triple H or anyone in WWE management. It's up to the people. The people let us know who the challenger for the WWE Championship will be on that night. So all three of you want a shot at the WWE Championship? The polls are open. The people will have their say of who they think should face CM Punk at Cyber Sunday. Good luck, gentlemen. May the best man win. He walks off. So yeah, WWE Championship match set for Cyber Sunday. CM Punk will defend the championship, but who will it be against? Will it be against LA Knight, Montez Ford, or Dijak? It's up to you. The power's in your hands, as they say. Speaking of the power being in your hands, we cut to Becky. She goes, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, your favourite professional wrestler in the history of the WWE, Becky Stardust. And I'm not sure if you were aware, but I announced earlier today that I would be the upcoming star of the show in your favourite franchise, because you're all nerds, because you like wrestling. Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. Big Time Bex is going Hollywood again. And to celebrate that upcoming launch, I'm here at the polls. You see, the polls had a very busy month a couple of months ago. It's been a big year for this country. But you know what an even bigger option of the polls is? It's not who gets to run this country. It's who gets to hold the tag rope for me at Cyber Sunday when I win back my Women's Tag Team Championships. She pulls out like a little polling piece of paper. It's got Lyra, Kelly, and Billy's faces on it. She goes, so what you need to do, okay, the polls are now open, is you take your pen and you look in the boxes, you match them up who you want to. Look, there's Bird Girl, there's Star Girl, there's Kelly. And you find the box that you want to put your vote in. Say here, if I wanted to vote Star Girl, you put a cross in the box. And then you fold your sheet up, you put it in this little box here, boop, and then your vote is counted, and every single person's vote matters, okay? Because everybody gets a say in who they want their hero Becky Stardust to team with at Cyber Sunday. So the polls are now open. Head to the polls and find me my perfect match. Obviously, the joke being that the polls are being done on the internet and not physically in polling stations. Demon Balor entrance. Top Dollar is in the ring for the match, and Demon Balor comes out. His music hits, and out he comes in the full demon face paint. And he gets into the ring. His return to the ring is against Top Dollar. He gets a 62 and he beats him in about a minute with a coup de grace. 73 for Balor, 66 for Top Dollar. Last time we saw Top Dollar, he was killed by Angelo Dawkins. And here tonight, he's been killed by the Demon. And Balor, picks up the win. He continues to stare down at Top Dollar, after he wins. And, as he celebrates, you see his head, snap to the ringside. And then, sort of snap back, like he's trying to fight off his instincts. And then eventually he does just, slap himself in the face. And the Demon is locked in. He goes to ringside. He grabs another steel chair. He wraps it around Top Dollar's throat. And he hits the coup de grace off the top on Top Dollar. He kills Top Dollar just like he killed AJ Styles 2 weeks ago. Top Dollar's coughing up blood. And the Demon just stands over him. Another victim of the Demon here tonight. We then cut backstage. After we watch Top Dollar get stretched away, we cut to Chad Gable with Kathy Kelly. It says, Chad, 2 weeks ago, you vied to join CM Punk in this cause for the antidote, but you stand here alone once again with your Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, what's going on? Gable goes, Kathy Kelly, I'm sure you'll remember back in the summer, myself and CM Punk had our issues, and I called him what he was, a cancer to this company. At the time, I believed everything what I said was right. Because things were going well for Chad Gable, I was Mr. Money in the Bank. I was getting opportunities to wrestle guys like CM Punk. But as the time had gone on, I started to realize that maybe CM Punk wasn't the cancer I thought he was, because this company is rotten to the core. So that's why I was pleading to get on CM Punk's good side. But now, after 2 weeks ago, I see that, actually no, I should have trusted my instincts to begin with. CM Punk, he is a cancer to this place, and things were going perfectly fine before he came back, and they'll move on perfectly fine once he goes away again. Kathy Kelly goes, well, we do know you do have the Money in the Bank briefcase, and CM Punk is the WWE Champion right now. So you could cash that in and take that WWE Championship from CM Punk whenever you want to. And Gable goes, you don't think I already know that, Kathy? Okay, you're not talking to your standard dumb idiot Mr. Money in the Bank who rushes out there every week trying to cash in, alerting the champion of their presence so they can never get it done. I've got a 4.0 GPA. I'm the smartest Mr. Money in the Bank in history. You don't think I've already figured out when and where and on who I'm cashing in? And Kathy goes, well, that takes a lot of foresight and assuming things, Gable. He goes, does it? Or is it just easy to read? Is everything being laid out clear as day? And I'm going to be the one to capitalize on it. So, my thoughts on CM Punk. Turns out I tried to buddy up to Punk. Didn't happen. I tried to insult Punk. Didn't happen. So now, we're going for option 3. Chad Gable knows what I must do. Whether or not that involves CM Punk, I guess we'll have to wait and see. M Punk. Thank you. We then cut to the ring. Christian and the champions, the Patriarchy, come out to the ring. Christian's got a mic and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, please shut your mouth while I conduct my business. A lot of you don't understand or relate to what I'm about to say because you either grew up fatherless or you never actually found somebody to reproduce with, so you don't actually have any children. On either side of the equation, you don't understand where I'm coming from, but I, as the greatest father here in WWE, have mentored Dominic and Lexis to championship glory. Okay. They could never have gotten this success without me, okay? And Dominic, his dad, he left him for dust. Lexis King's dad, he was off on the road, shooting himself up with drugs and holding guns to his mouth to look after Lexis. But in a bad world, these two could have been fathered by losers and grown up being nerds and losers. Guys like Axiom. Okay, this nerd sits backstage reading comic books because nobody wants to talk to him or be his friend, and even wears a mask to cover his face because he's probably so hideous that nobody wants to look at him, and he's embarrassed to be seen in public. But last week he got one over on my son Lexis, so I guess tonight he gets a shot at the World Tag Team Championships with a partner of his choosing if he can find one. Well, go on, Axiom. Please do enlighten us. Bring your friend out here right now. And let's have this match. Out comes Axiom. And out comes his tag team partner, Nathan Fraser. I freed him. He's out. He spent long enough. He's been out for a year in jail. We'll let him out. He got an early sentence. And he's here. He's Axiom's tag team partner for this tag team championship match coming up next. Gets a 90 in his first night back. And they do come up short. I did consider flipping the belts here. But I'm already hot potatoing the SmackDown tag titles in the future. So I'd rather not do that with both sets of belts. But yes, the Patriarchy do manage to retain. Dominic Mysterio pinning at Nathan Fraser in 12-14. 84 for Fraser, 94 for Axiom, 70 for Lexis, 95 for Dominic. So Dominic Mysterio, beast mode in. Excellent chemistry for Axiom and Fraser, which I don't actually know if that would have been set, so that might have just been a lucky roll. But even the game knows. And yeah, still the tag team champions, Dominic Mysterio and Lexis King. After the match, CM Punk comes out. He interrupts Christian and Dirty Dom and Lexis King. I just didn't put Lexis on screen, or neither did I put Chris Bay and Ace Austin on screen, but they are with Punk. He goes, wow, congratulations, Christian. Tag Team Championship victory, still going strong in big 2024, almost 2025, and Christian Cage, the instant classic, still on our television screens, doing his thing. He goes, what do you want, Punk? He goes, listen, I know you've been avoiding us since I came back here to WWE, but you should know, being the World Tag Team Champion, sooner or later, you're gonna have to face to face with reality, and that's the face of the man who runs this damn show. Me. So, Christian, my old friend, you done a great job mentoring Lexis King. This guy, I've hated him since he was about 8 years old, and he's still just as much of a douchebag now as he was then. And Dominic starts shouting at Punk. He goes, easy, big fella, easy. But those championships, they're an important part of Monday Night Raw. And those championships need to be on real tag team competitors, not two wrestlers with daddy issues that you took under your wing and guided to glory. They need to be on the greatest tag team on Monday Night Raw. They need to be around the waists of Chris Bay and Ace Austin. They need to be around the waists of A, B, C. So, Christian, this is your one and only warning. We're coming for those tag team titles. You can either graciously, with good courtesy, hand them over to us, or we will take them. And he drops the microphone and walks out. And Christian grabs the microphone off the phone and he goes, you know what, Punk? You think I'm scared of you, huh? Huh? Well, guess what? I'm not scared of you. Lexis ain't scared of you. Dom ain't scared of you. Dom, he's been wanting to get his hands on you for years. As a matter of fact, in 2 weeks' time, when Monday Night Raw returns, he wants your ass in a match, one-on-one, here on Raw. And Dominic's like, whoa, relax. Chris goes, Dominic, I've got you, my son. We're gonna teach CM Punk a lesson that he needed to be taught by you for 15 years. Next week, or in 2 weeks' time, whatever, you get to put his ass down and end his little chicanery around here. And Punk just laughs and goes, is that so, Dom? Okay. I'll see you then, kid. So yeah, Raw, 2 weeks' time. So that's the full card for Raw, because we have the 6 women's Intercontinental Climax matches. And now CM Punk against Dirty Dom, set for the December 30th episode of Raw. Then get a quick video package. Malcolm Bivens gasses up Jade Cargill. Says, at Saturday Night's main event, this bitch right here, Jade Cargill, came out on top again, defeating Nova Nebula and retaining the Women's Championship because she is everything that she was hyped up to be. She is this game changer. She is a superstar, an ultra megastar, and she is going to hold the WWE Women's Championship for as long as she wants, because she's going to dominate anybody who walks into her path. Man, woman, non-binary, you name it. Jade Cargill will step on you. She doesn't have a preference. So who's next to face the wrath of the greatest WWE Women's Champion of all time, huh? Who is it? We'll find out in 2 weeks' time, when that bitch Jade Cargill graces you with her presence again. Then what? We see Nova watching the video backstage, shaking her head in disappointment, so you know she's angry. And Cora and Roxy walk up to her. She goes, man, that Jade Cargill sure is a piece of work, huh? And Nova goes, and the hype machine continues. The hype behind Jade Cargill continues on. Okay? It's so great for WWE that their big investment in Jade paid off, and now she's the women's champion. And And I couldn't beat her. Why couldn't I beat her? And Roxy goes, I don't know. Maybe your mind wasn't in the right place. But Nova, we hear you. Punky hears you. You seem to have a lot of gripes with the way the system works around here, huh? Including all the way to the very top, including Jade Cargill. Getting handed everything. Is that how you want things to be? Or do you want to do something about it? And then she just walks off. And Nova sort of like stares across at her. She goes, what are you talking about? Okay? Get out of my face. '79. The second Women's Intercontinental Climax match of the night. It is one with some deep history. Well, not deep history, but short, recent history. Tatum Paxley against Tegan Nox. And Tatum Paxley defeats Tegan Nox by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage in 9:58. So that's Tatum's first victory of the tournament. And I believe she has just eliminated Tegan from the tournament. Because Tegan can get 7, but she lost to Tiffany. Oh, no, she hasn't faced Tiffany yet, has she? No. She hasn't. That's the match next. So no, Tegan is still in it, technically. Because, you know, Piper could lose to Tam, which puts Tam on 6. And then Tiffany could lose and be on 7. And then because Tegan beat Tiffany, that she'd go through head-to-head. Yeah, so I think Tegan does still have a chance to get through. But Tatum Paxley, in her mind, just snapped the title opportunity away from Tegan Nox. And she's over the moon. She's probably more happy that Tegan lost than she is that she won. Because, you know, she's already eliminated, so who really cares? Then see Jay White hyping himself up ahead of the main event tonight, the Intercontinental Championship match, when Ludwig Kaiser enters in. And he goes, Switchblade, Jay White, I've heard so much about you, even before you came here to WWE, but since we've been here, I don't believe you've properly been introduced to the A+ elegance of myself, the collector, Ludwig Kaiser. Now, recently, myself and an old friend had a bit of issues, but now is the time for Ludwig Kaiser to step out of that shadow and for Ludwig Kaiser to make a name for himself and get back into singles competition at the request of the Ring General Gunther. And that Intercontinental Championship would make a great new piece to add to my collection. Jay White starts and goes, well, Ludwig, nice to meet you, mate. Switchblade Jay White, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Because I've been defending this championship for over 200 days here on Raw. And I've faced the best of the best for this championship. I've faced LA Knight, Wes Lee, hey, Giovanni Vinci. But I never faced you. So what does that make you, Ludwig? Does that make you one of the best? I don't think so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a main event match to defend my championship in. But hey, once I beat Trick Williams, who knows what's next, okay? I'll humour anybody back there. You don't even have to have been Intercontinental Champion before. I'm a man of the championship, and I'll hand anybody their chance to capture their first Intercontinental Championship, Ludwig. Will it be you? Who knows? We then see Axiom and Fraser backstage. Nathan Fraser's getting all upset. He goes, it's my first match back here on Raw. We came so close to becoming the tag team champions on my first match back, and I ended up losing and let us all down. And Axiom goes, hey, you know, wins and losses, they happen. But what I felt out there tonight, it was chemistry. And Fraser's like, it was, you know. Christian was running his mouth about you, and I knew that you were one of the greatest competitors here on Raw. So it was an honor to be your tag team partner tonight. And then Axiom goes, well, same time next week? And he goes, yeah, same time next week. '77. the new millennium. Obviously, they retain against Sol Ruca and Zoe Stark because they're Sol Ruca and Zoe Stark. But I want to get a defense in there. That was a nice. These two aren't in the women's IC title climax, so they're the only real option outside of like Mariah May and Anne-Marie, but they're heels. So yeah. Cora Jade pins Sol Ruca with a double underhook DDT in 8:41 to make the first defense of the tag team championships. 85 for Roxy, 82 for Cora, 61 for Zoe, 67 for Sol Ruca. They celebrate, they hold the championships up high. When out come Becky and the Misfits. Big entrance, Becky gets into the ring. And she looks around at the crowd and she goes, Cora, Roxanne, you have not had enough time to process what exactly it is that you did back at Survivor Series. You think that you won because you took my tag team championships away. But oh no, all you did was light a fire in my belly. And now, at Cyber Sunday, I get to have the perfect tag team partner in my corner. Whoever it is. Because Bird Girl clearly wasn't very fit to wrestle at Survivor Series, but that's okay, we all make mistakes. Apart from me, because I'm perfect. And you made a mistake by getting on our bad side. We've been at this for months now. And at Cyber Sunday it ends. When I, Becky Stardust, channel the energy from the cosmos and the stars, because not only am I a superstar-powered entity of greatness, I'm also the star of the upcoming hit new show, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. So, you consider me kind of a big deal. But, that's by the by. New York Times bestseller, future Oscar-winning actor, doesn't matter. What matters is what I am in the immediate future. That's on January 5th when I become the Women's Tag Team Champions again. So say goodbye to those championships. You've only got days left to hold them. And Roxy takes the mic. She goes, why are we still humouring your midlife crisis, Becky? Look around you. I see 3 women from the next generation of women's wrestling toiling around in face paint, dressed in, quite frankly, attire that they don't really seem comfortable in, to flatter your ego. The difference between you and us, Becky, is I don't know if you old and washed up, but we're a tag team. We're on the same page. We've got chemistry together. You don't even know who your partner's going to be. And hell, if it's Lyra, you don't have chemistry with her. If it's Kelly, she hates you. If it's Billy, she's had about 3 matches here. Take your pick of which one of these misfits is going to step up. It doesn't matter. That's when Billy does step in. She goes, how dare you talk to Becky Stardust like that? She's won more in a month than you two will ever win in your entire careers, okay? Because she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And Becky's like, that a girl. That's my star girl right there. And then Cora's like, what you gonna do about it, huh? And then she slaps Cora Jade. A brawl ensues. And Becky and Co. do obviously end up standing tall. She goes to deliver a manhandle slam on Roxy, but Cora pulls her away. And yeah, they stand tall. Becky and the Misfits. We then cut back to Giovanni Vinci with Kathy Kelly. Kevin says, Gio, last week you were victorious against your longtime tag team partner and friend Ludwig Kaiser, but now, with him in your past, what does the future look for Ludwig Kaiser, not Ludwig Kaiser, for Giovanni Vinci by himself here on Monday Night Raw? And Vinci's like, I really do have to find myself here on Raw, because obviously being a solo act is new for me. I had a pretty good start of things around here recently, but just being myself and being Giovanni Vinci and bringing this Italian expertise, Veni Vidi Vinci, to Monday Night Raw is more than enough. Now, if you'll excuse me, Kathy, I have to go celebrate. And then 2 random women come in and link arms with him, and then he leaves. Kathy goes, well, there you have it, Giovanni Vinci. 80. We'll take that. The final IC title climax match of the night is Piper Niven against Tam. Piper Niven does pick up the win. That's 2 wins in back-to-back weeks, back-to-back matches, because she did beat Tiffany Stratton last time, and now she beats Tam here tonight. 9 minutes and 9 for Michinoku Driver, 78 for Piper, 77 for Tam. So I think that now has eliminated Tam, because I think she's on 3, right? Yes, she is, because I know she's on 3, because Maki's on 4, because Maki's the one who drew, because I keep getting these two mixed up, because they're in the same faction. But yeah. So Piper's now on 7. She's now tied with Tiffany. So as it currently stands, Piper Niven is through. She's in second place because her and Tiffany are on 7. But obviously Piper beat Tiffany last week. So, yeah. But yes, still pretty much anybody's game heading into the last round in 2 weeks' time. And speaking of 2 weeks' time, we do now have the entire card set for Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks' time, when we return following the holiday break. They will feature 6 women's IC title climax matches, the final matches of both the North and South Conference. In the South Conference, it will be Piper Niven against Tatum Paxley. Tatum did score her first victory of the tournament tonight against Tegan Knox. She has a chance to take on her other enemy in the Liberators, Piper Niven, and crush her dreams of qualifying for the next round of the tournament in their match coming up next week. Plus, Bianca Belair on 10 points now takes on Tam, who is out of the tournament, but she can play spoiler for Bianca should things not go Bianca Belair's way in regards to the matches with Piper Niven and Tiffany Stratton. And speaking of Tiffany Stratton, she is in action again, obviously, against Tegan Knox. You know, Tegan's going to be looking to rebound after the loss to Tatum Paxley tonight. And yeah, she can still get through, because if she wins, it goes to a 3-way tie thing with Tiffany. And she beats Tiffany, so like she'd win and go through. But yeah, her and Piper would have both beaten Tiffany. So yeah, it would be a head-to-head like sudden death match between the two Liberators. And then moving on to the North Conference, we do have Kelly Costa against Mina Shirakawa. This one's sort of low stakes because both these women are eliminated from the tournament. But obviously we do have to run all the matches, so we'll see what happens there. Bayley and Stephanie Vaquer, probably the biggest match of the North Conference. Bayley, after a poor start for the first 2 matches, has a chance to get herself into the next round. She has to beat the current top-ranked woman to do it. Can she? We'll have to wait and see. And Jada Parker is also breathing down the neck of qualifying for the next round. She's got Maki in her final match of the tournament, and obviously if she wins that, she will probably advance, because she did defeat Bayley. And one match outside of the Women's Intercontinental Climax, the WWE Champion CM Punk takes on Dirty Dom in 2 weeks' time here on Raw. And then moving on to Cyber Sunday, we have 2 matches set for Cyber Sunday. The polls are open. Becky Stardust will once again challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Can she get her championships back? We won't know, because we don't know who her partner is. It will obviously be either Lyra, Bird Girl, Killer Kelly, or the Star Girl Billy Starks. The polls are now open. They'll be on the community tab. Cyber Sunday polls, like once this video goes live, the polls will be up. And then yeah, speaking of, for the WWE Championship, CM Punk will defend the championship on that show on January 5th, but who will it be against? Will it be against LA Knight, Montez Ford, or Dijak? The power is in your hands. 87. Okay, let's go. Jay White pins Trick Williams in 11:51 to make defense number 11 of the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. 84 for Jay White, 79 for Trick Williams. So yeah, Jay White with the next defense of his champion. Remember, we saw him butting heads with Ludwig backstage earlier on tonight. But his reign doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down. And after the match, he does take the mic. And he just laughs. He goes, well, look at that. Guess I whooped that Trick. You know, all these chants and cheering for Trick Williams, they weren't enough to get him anywhere when he was in the ring with the King Switch, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Now, we're coming up on some historic days in this company. A historic new year is just 2 weeks away, and the King Switch is going to carry the Intercontinental Championship flag into 2025 and beyond. But here's the thing. There's nobody back there who's going to be better than me. I'll hold this championship until I damn well want. Okay? Because I've beaten LA Knight, Trick Williams, Wes Lee, Giovanni Vinci, Dijak, you name them, I've beat them, Humberto Carrillo. A plethora of former Intercontinental champions and people who have not been Intercontinental champion. It don't matter, because nobody's on my level. The Switchblade era will forever and always be the era of the Intercontinental Championship. Long may I reign. Out comes Big Match John. He makes his way down to the ring. The crowd is stunned to see him. We didn't expect to see him here tonight. He slides into the ring. He tosses his hat into the crowd. And he takes a microphone. He goes, "You remember August? You remember after I came back in the summer, I tried to win title number 17 from Swerve. I came up short again. And I announced, more importantly, that 2025 will be my final year in professional wrestling in WWE. But before I left, I made sure to work SummerSlam. I appeared at SummerSlam. And who was I greeted with at SummerSlam? This young punk calling himself the Intercontinental Champion. Calling himself the Switchblade, the King Switch. Now I'm going to be honest, Jay. When you first came around here, I'd heard about the hype around you. But I hadn't really seen much of your work. But anybody who's going to be a big signing with a big name is going to be a player here in WWE. And you've proven that right. You've gone on to hold this Intercontinental Championship for what, 6, 7 months? 200 days, 11 defenses. That is generational. You don't get Intercontinental Championship runs like that every single week, every single year. You proved that your name belongs in the history books of that championship. I'm not knocking you for it. And then you come out here and you run everybody down. You name all the superstars you've beaten, people that have been Intercontinental Champions, people that haven't been Intercontinental Champions, future top stars, current top stars, Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, guys that, quite frankly, might be a footnote in history. But there's one name I heard not leave your lips. And that's me. You see, Jay White, last time you and I came face to face, you made it abundantly clear to rub my nose in the fact that you, in your short time here in WWE, have accomplished something that not even I've done. That championship, you're right, has eluded me for 22 years. I can't even call myself a Grand Slam champion because that championship has never fallen into my lap. But the John Cena retirement tour is the time to check every single item off that bucket list. I'm talking a 4th Royal Rumble victory. I'm talking a Final Elimination Chamber victory. I'm talking a WrestleMania victory. I'm talking World Title number 17. And I'm talking about, for the first time in my career, what if John Cena was the Intercontinental Champion? Kid, you've done a fantastic job holding this show down for 2024. But as the new year rolls around, John Cena's getting himself back in bed with WWE in 2025. And now it's kicking off in a big way in 2025 with a big debut, a $1 billion deal with Netflix. And you know John Cena's going to be at that show. You know John Cena is going to be on the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw. But what if John Cena did more than show up for the Netflix premiere? What if John Cena wrestled on the Netflix premiere? What if John Cena on the Netflix premiere for the first time in his career, became the Intercontinental Champion. Big pop. Jay White. Fine speech. But the time for talking and running your mouth, it's over. Because I've been talking about Bobby Roode in the back and Paul Levesque. You want to talk big time, you want a big opportunity, here's your chance to dance with the lights on bright, kid. January 6th, Los Angeles, California, the Monday Night Raw Netflix premiere. You will defend the Intercontinental Championship against John Cena. But for now, I've got 2 more weeks until my retirement tour kicks off. Enjoy the time with the holidays of your championship, Jay White. Because 2025 is the year all my dreams come true and my bucket list gets emptied. And if anybody else wants some, they'll damn sure be able to come get some. Mic drop. Big announcement to end the show. It is official. On the Raw Netflix premiere on January 6th, we will have an Intercontinental Championship match as Jay White defends against John Cena. 89. We'll take that. Yeah, pretty stacked show coming out of Saturday night's main event. What matters more, those what you thought of the show, so leave me in the comments below. And I'll see you on the other side now for Heat. Heat kicks off with Bianca's, post-match interview following a tournament match. And Joe's like, Bianca, tonight, for the first time in your tournament run so far, you didn't manage to pick up the victory. Tiffany Stratton took you to a time limit draw. And Bianca goes, I would like to say I'm surprised, but as much as Tiffany Stratton may be annoying and she may be, getting on my very last nerves right now. We had our match before the tournament started, and it took me, 19, 20 minutes to beat her. So 15 minutes is always going to be a tough ask. Tiffany's a hell of a competitor. And all that matters, I'm still undefeated. I'm still top. And yeah, that championship's still going to be around my waist when this tournament's all said and done. Netflix premiere, the EST is coming. Okay, watch that. Clock it. Then also hear from Tiffany. And Joe Jester also says, Tiffany, big point after you've lost to Piper Niven in your last match. Tonight you got a draw over Bianca Belair. And she goes, Bianca was supposedly untouchable. Bianca was supposed to be undefeatable. She was going to get every single victory she could get in this tournament until she met me and I brought her ass back down to reality. So tonight was just the first of the Tiffy World Tour. Because once I become the Intercontinental Women's Champion, I will keep on scoring victories that you don't expect me to get and taking Bianca Belair and anybody else to her limit because this place revolves around me. That championship will revolve around me and it will belong to me. Toodles. 68, but that's honestly fucking better than I thought. The Jersey Devils in tag team action against Adriana Rizzo and Elektra Lopez of the D'Angelo family. A tag team match, 10:57, Liv Morgan pins Rizzo with the Oblivion. A tag match designed to give Liv Morgan a victory. 74 for Liv, 69 for Sonya, 60 for Elektra, and a 36 for Adriana Rizzo. So yeah, Liv was actually the highest scoring competitor in this match. There you go, Colin. She's winning matches, and she's doing the best out of this fucking all-star lineup. I'm going to scrap my plans right now and put the belt on her. We then see Tam's backstage interview. Because Tam, defeat, of course, tonight to Piper Niven does mean that you have now been eliminated from the Women's Intercontinental Climax. And with Mackie, of course, 3 points currently down in her group, it's not looking good that anyone from JFlo is going to advance to the next round. And Chelsea goes, what a rude-ass question. Okay, Mackie, deal with him. He goes, shut up. I'll win. I'll get through. Okay? And then Bayley sort of walks into frame. She goes, hey, Mackie. Mackie looks confused. He goes, listen, I know, this tournament is tough. I know of all people, you got one of those points off me. You're still in this game because of that point you got against me. But I'm just going to stop by and say, this match you got with Jada in 2 weeks' time is really important. And, you know, even though you may be eliminated by the time it happens, because I'm going to beat Stephanie and eliminate you from the tournament, don't take that personally, because I'd still really like it if you could get the job done over Jada, because, you know, that would be good for me. Chelsea goes, the audacity of you. Okay, the great Bayley, you main evented WrestleMania, you won the WrestleMania main event, and now here you are begging for Mackie to beat a rookie? Okay? Maybe you need to take a look in the mirror, Bayley, because maybe if you didn't have such an awful start, maybe if you beat Mackie by yourself, rather than drawing to Mackie because she was too tough a competitor for you to beat, maybe then you wouldn't need to come begging for other people to win matches for you to keep you in this tournament. Huh? Bayley goes, oh, so you're in with them now, Chelsea. I'm kind of happy for you. But if you want to run your mouth like that to me, I'm free right now if you want to go out in the main event tonight and, you know, teach me a lesson. She goes, you won't even make it next week. Because you're so lucky that I'm an ECW competitor and I can't be in this tournament, otherwise I'd have won the whole thing. Okay? And I'd have taken up one of those spots that I got for J-Flow too. And then Tam sort of like looks at her confused. He goes, no offense, my new best friend Tam. And then they will walk off. So yeah, Bayley and Chelsea Green later on tonight. Then see Tegan and Piper backstage. Piper Niven's in great spirits. Tegan Knox is not. Because Piper, a victory tonight over Tam. You know, you're one step closer to that next round. You're currently tied on second place with Tiffany Stratton. But due to the head-to-head advantage you have over her, you currently sit in second place in this group. Piper goes, that's great. Job's not done. I beat Tiffany Stratton last week. Nobody expected that one. Tam tonight. Tough competitor. I gotta keep the ball rolling. And next week is probably the biggest match of the tournament so far. I've got somebody who's trying her hardest to end this tournament run for myself and Tegan and Tatum Pax because of the personal issues she's got with us. She may have beaten Tegan tonight, but she won't get the better of me in 2 weeks' time. And then there's like, Tegan, any comments? She goes, it's always going to be a tough competition. I think I can't do the maths, Joe. Like, there's probably some way I can still get in if I beat Tiffany, but it's all a headache. All I can do now is cheer for Piper, because if Piper wins, we both win. And she follows Piper Niven away as well. 75 rated match. Jakara's gonna. I want to give Jakara some minutes, because while Bianca's been doing this tournament stuff, she's not really done a whole lot of minuting. So she wrestles Shida. Also a nice way to get Shida a win, because, you know, she doesn't get a lot of those. 82 for Shida, 51 for Jakara. So yeah, 75 for that's pretty good. Then see Tatum Paxley, and she's over the moon. Like, she sees Joe Tessitore coming in for the interview, and she like rushes up to him and gives him a big hug. She goes, Joe, I'm so glad you came. He goes, I guess you got some things you want to say about the victory in the climax tonight. Just, I do, Joe, I do. I won. I got my first win in the tournament. Not only did I get my first win, I stuck it to Tegan, okay? Tegan doesn't get to be the Intercontinental Champion right now because of me. I did that. She gets to look in the mirror tonight and see disappointment. And she gets to know who puts that frown on her face. Me. You see, for too long, I was too busy trying to please people. Please mommy. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to make people miserable. And I made Tegan Knox miserable tonight. And I'm going to make Piper Niven miserable in 2 weeks' time when I end her dreams too. So I may not have a championship to show it, Joe. But I'm winning. I'm the winner of this tournament. Bye-bye now. She walks away. Back into the shadows, I guess. An 80-rated main event. Nice. Good little match. I'm glad Bayley didn't get injured like Yoko did on the main event of last week's Heat. But yeah, she beats Chelsea Green in 14-5 with a Rose Plant. 83 for Bayley, 61 for Chelsea. Which ends the show. Gets us a 77. Yeah, pretty good. What matters more, that's what you thought of the show, mainly of Raw. And I'll see you next time for ECW, as we continue their build to Cyber Sunday and the fallout from Saturday night's main event. See you then.